Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium. His record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby. When pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, close to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of 2 X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Ash, January 1949, Sport Magazine.
armchair.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
You can't drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball? If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-1 lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting frees to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my life here. Down in front! I love them. Good seats, huh? You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on. Oh, I must be in the front row. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Hey, baseball fans! Mac McGee here for the BCR. Make sure to subscribe and become a member today. All offseason, we have a jam-packed schedule to keep you entertained and informed during the MLB offseason. Weekly shows like MLB Today, and for you country club members, Braves Country Today, going over the world of baseball, how it affects all teams, including the Atlanta Braves. Once Upon a Pastime series, Thursday nights, we'll take a deep dive on the history of this great game. And on Friday nights, Braves Country Theater, we're going to turn back the clock and bring you historic games from the past. We'll bring you a game from yesteryear. That's Braves Country Radio, the BCR. Coming this spring, a jam-packed loaded spring training schedule, wall-to-wall coverage of Major League Baseball. Pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the Atlanta Braves, and our out-of-town doubleheaders. American League, National League, we'll see you there for the classic call of the great game of baseball.
There need be no additional descriptive words used today. This is the World Series, and this is the game. Today, we find the winner taking the jewels, taking the title, and being the champion of all baseball. Another bright, brilliant fall afternoon here in Yankee Stadium with the temperature in the high 60s, the sun shining. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The mantle of greatness, which is being held by only fate alone, waiting for Johnny Padres to step in and have it hoisted on his shoulders. Now he looks into Roy Campanella. Nobody on, 2 out. The Dodgers leading 2-0. Johnny Padres into his windup in the 2-2 pitch. A let-up curve, a ground ball to the left side. Pee Wee Reese has it. The throw to first, and he's out. And the Dodgers win by a score of 2-0.
There have been numerous heroics tonight, both sides. The 1-0 delivery to Fisk. He swings, long drive, left field. If it stays fair, it's gone. Home run! The Red Sox win. And the series is tied 3 games apiece.
Carlton Fisk hit a 1-0 pitch.
They're jamming out on the field. His teammates are waiting for him. The ball hit the foul pole, and the Red Sox have sent the World Series into Game 7.
The never say die Arizona Diamondbacks trying to win the World Series in Game 7 in the 9th inning. Rivera ready. Bell is a winning run at third. All the Yankee infielders and outfielders are in. Gonzalez digs into the plate, the stretch, and the 0-1 delivery. And a little Cooper. Base hit! Diamondbacks win! They're the world champions! Gonzalez did it!
He bounces one back to Folk. He jumps up to get it. Runs toward first. Underhands to Minkiewicz. And the World Series is over. And the wait is over. After 86 years, the Boston Red Sox are the champions of the baseball world. The Red Sox begin the celebration here in St. Louis. They have swept the Cardinals. They have won 8 consecutive postseason games after being 3 outs away from elimination against the Yankees. The Boston Red Sox have come all the way back to are the champions of the world.
First pitch on the way, swung on, and that ball is blasted deep into the night, and Freddie Freeman, zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lamma, ding-dong, a grand salami, and Freddie Freeman walks off Nestor Cortez. 6-3 your score. Wow! The first pitch, ding-dong, that pitch was dead. Holy cow! He was sitting dead red, and Freddie Freeman steals the show on a game for the ages. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is.
Armchair.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Welcome to October, boys and girls, here on Braves Country Radio. You're listening live as we march closer to crowning a champion for 2025. I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside and get ready for what should be a great day in Major League Baseball. We'll go over the lineups as the game goes on. Make sure to like and subscribe and become a member today. Jump in the chat. Tell us where you hail from, as roll call is on the way. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Major League Baseball. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani for the Los Angeles Dodgers. 55 home runs on the 2025 season. Batting second, playing short, Mookie Betts, 20 home runs. Freddie Freeman batting third, first baseman, 24 home runs on the year. Will Smith batting cleanup, behind home plate, 17 home runs. And batting fifth, Teoscar Hernandez in right field with 25 home runs on the season. Max Muncy batting sixth, playing third. Enrique Hernandez in left field and batting seventh with 10 home runs. Tommy Edman batting eighth, playing second, 13 home runs on the year. Andy Paez is batting ninth, 27 home runs on the year. He'll be patrolling center field for the LA Dodgers. On the mound for the Dodgers, it's Yoshiro Yamamoto Day. He's 2-1 with a 1.83 ERA here in the postseason, a .86 whip, 19 innings, 18 strikeouts, 13 hits, 4 walks, 2 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Kevin Gausman, 2-1 with a 2.0 ERA. A 106 whip, 18 innings pitch, 10 home runs, 12 strikeouts, 9 walks, 2 home runs given up. Backing up Gausman in the bottom of the first inning, batting leadoff, the designated hitter, George Springer, with 32 home runs on the year. Nathan Lukes is back in the lineup, batting second, playing left, 12 home runs. Batting third, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is at first base, 23 home runs on the year. Alejandro Kirk batting cleanup and behind home plate. He has 15 home runs in the 2025 season. Dalton Varsho patrolling center field, 20 home runs, batting sixth. Ernie Clement is at third with 9 home runs on the year. And Addison Barger in right field, batting seventh with 21 home runs. IKF batting eighth at second base. Bo Bichette getting the seat with 2 home runs on the season. And Jimenez is batting ninth and at short with 7 home runs of his own. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Adrian Johnson. Your first base umpire, John Tupain. Second base will be manned by Alan Porter. And down the third base line, it's Adam Hamari. Left field line guarded by Jordan Baker, and tucked into right, it's Will Little. Los Angeles Dodgers are minus 139 on the money line. Toronto plus 128. The over-under is 7.5. Game 2 of the 2025 World Series. Our pick to click on the Dodgers side. Give me Mookie Betts. He's got a .314 average versus tonight's starter with 3 home runs and 8 RBI and 51 at-bats. On the Toronto side, a little more difficult. Nobody has seen Yamamoto in this Blue Jay lineup except for IKF. He's 1 for 2 lifetime. So give me Vladdy J. He's batting third and in the lineup tonight, and he has been red hot. We'll take Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to click, along with Mookie Betts of the Dodgers. And we'll take the over on the 7.5.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
Good to see everybody in the chat. We're going to rattle this really quick as we're going to be short on time. Good to see you, Uncle Charlie, B.A., Baracus, Brian Andrews, Willis, Uncle Willis Matt. What you talking about, Willis? As was. Who else do we have in here? Underwater, good to see you. Good matchup on Sunday at Underwater. I know you're going to be fired up for Knicks versus Prescott. Bobby K. John K. Who else do we have in here? Bobby. No, I saw Gary the Real McCoy in here earlier. Brandon McCaffrey. Good to see you. Daniel Barry, Braden, and Royal Pita. We'll be back in a flash, and pitch by pitch, play by play on the way here on Braves Country Radio. Runners on first and second. The pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's banged into the outfield. Cutting it off at the passes. Varsho, he'll fire it into the infield, but the Dodgers will score the first run. They draw first blood. It's 1-0 Los Angeles. They did a very quick bullpen change there. A ball down and away. Addison Barger, the batter, lefty-lefty matchup. It's 1-0. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is looming on deck. Blue Jays 5, Dodgers 2. I think this game was critical for Blue Jays at the 2-1 pitch. Swung on. That ball is belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lama, ding-dong. My man, are you kidding me? Addison barges through the door. With a 413-foot grand salami. Holy Toledo. Holy Toronto. It's 9-2. Wow. wasn't a household name before this playoffs, he's got to be now. That guy absolutely demolished that pitch. A hanger, a banger, and it's 9-2. A game where the Dodgers had the lead 2-0 and Blake Snell on the bump. And remember, if you were with us in innings 2 and 3, they had multiple golden opportunities to score more than just those 2 runs in those 2 innings. They ended up settling down, and now it's 9-2. And if you're a Blue Jays fan, you got to be feeling good. Brings it. Swing! That ball is hammered high and deep. Going back on the track. It's showtime, baby! A 2-run jack. And the Dodgers are back on the board. It's 11-4. So the Dodgers now down to their last strike, and the Blue Jays fans are on their feet. Two outs, a 2-2 count, runner on first. Standing on deck, Freddie Freeman. The 2-2. Infield back into the left. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blue Jays win, Blue Jays win. Toronto Blue Jays win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. We'll see you tomorrow night. 11-4 your score. Blue Jays take a 1-0 series lead, and we will be back here at 8 p.m. Eastern for game number
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
You're in Braves country.
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
adventures in time and space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, y'all. We got game number 2 on the horizon. Your guess is as good as mine of when this game's actually going to start, because once again they told us 8 o'clock, and once again we got it already says delay on there. So we're expecting it to start in the next few minutes. I don't think it's going to be as long as it was earlier, or yesterday, I guess I should say, as teams once again will be wearing, Toronto Blue Jays wearing their home whites top to bottom. Blue Jays across the chest with the classic Toronto Blue Jay logo on the front of their cap. Blue ball cap, blue bill, white background with the Blue Jay logo. Kevin Gausman, if you didn't join us for pregame, is firing up his final warm-up tosses. Dodgers will be wearing their road grays top to bottom. Los Angeles across the front in Dodger blue. Blue ball cap. Interlocking white LA, which, if you know it should be a white B representing the city of Brooklyn. Shohei Ohtani will be leading us off. He has 6 home runs in the postseason, or excuse me, 6 home runs versus Gausman. We are just about set for pitch by pitch, play by play. We'll put the poll up in a second, but just curious how many of y'all are pulling for Toronto, how many of y'all are pulling for the Dodgers? How many of y'all are just pulling for it to all in so the offseason signing can begin? I know a lot of folks are doing that. We wait for it to fire up. We'll go ahead and start that poll as we get it going. There we go. I just want to see a good series. We've had a pretty good postseason. There've been some postseasons that have been stinkers and clunkers, kind of like today's college football slate. That thing, I woke up this morning, turned on games like there's nothing on. It's a bunch of freaking cupcakes playing top 25 teams. We still had some close games, but none of them should have been. We'll go over those scores later in the game, just in case y'all might have missed it. There really isn't anything of big news going on in the world of college football. Game number 2, and of course game number 3 is going to be in Los Angeles. That'll be Monday night. Now, I actually came prepared for this delay as I expected. Go over a couple of news and notes. I think Uncle Charlie was asking last night about managers, the new manager for the Braves. First of all, don't believe anything you read. I think the tightest lid in all of sports is that front office in Atlanta. So anything you read, it's pure guesses and speculation. But there has been speculation that the Dodgers bench coach, Donnie Lehman, could be a big player in the final hiring process, and that very well could be, and that may be why they're waiting to announce, because they want the postseason to end so they can do a full interview with them. You've got a couple other bench coaches around the league. They've mentioned Detroit and a couple other teams, but it's nothing that I would get all that concerned with and all that interested with, because until they announce it, honestly, they are just guessing. When you realize how off all these prognosticators and writers are during their trade seasons every year, you think that he's going to let the lid off of who he's going to hire as a manager? I just don't see it. I do think that there's a couple people you could cross off the list. I don't believe that any of the big names that everyone was rumoring, the ones who are in the media world, I don't think any of those are going to be picked. I'd be shocked if they were. Because if that were the case, I believe he would have already made that decision. So I do think that Lehman is at least going to get an interview, but whether or not he actually gets the job, I don't know. Other things going on. No Bo Bichette in the lineup tonight as they decided to go with IKF. That's probably more strategic for a pinch hitting situation later in the game. And there's a right-hander on the mound. Remember last night it was the left-hander on the bump in Blake Snell. So that's one of the big things in the lineup tonight. The other thing is Lukes is in, Schneider is out, Barger is in. They have announced the starters for game number 3 and 4. It's going to be Max Scherzer versus Glasnow in game 3 and Shohei Ohtani versus Shane Bieber in game 4. We are just about set as we bring you into the fold for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. We'll pan out to start the action so you can kind of see what's going on. And I don't know why that thing's going cocoa bananas, so we will not pan out. That thing is going ridiculous. What was that? Whoever's in charge of that sucker has had one too many Labats. Kevin Gausman firing his final warm-up tosses. He throws a 4-seam, a splitter, a slider. And that's all he throws nowadays. The 4-seamers at 54%. I don't know why they have 43 on the screen if you're following along at home. It's 54% this year. And the splitter at 38%. He also has a keep you honest slider. He used to throw a sinker, change, and sweeper, but as of his last start, he has not thrown that this year. So he's tried to simplify it later in his career. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Hope everybody is enjoying their evening. Please smash that like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. We've got a lot of stuff that's going to be going on in the offseason we're going to try to bring you. Shohei Ohtani climbs into the box. Righty-lefty matchup. Gausman looking in. The infield is back into the right. As Ohtani digs in. Yes, sir! It is baseball time in October. Gausman comes set, fires the first pitch down and away. Right there at the bottom of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. Bit of a wide strike, a low strike. You'll get that from Adrian Johnson. He gives you the bottom half of the zone much wider than most. Is the 0-1. Four-seam fastball right there. It's 0-2. It's one of those things that if you're a batter, you're just going to have to be used to. Ohtani goes and calls a timeout real quick and gets back into the box. 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Lifts it. High into left field. Drifting over. Making the catch is Nathan Lukes. F7 in your scorecard, one away. So left to right across the outfield tonight, it's going to be Lukes, Varsho, and Barger. Around the horn as Mookie Betts digs in. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. It is right there below the knees for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Four-seam fastball right there at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. You'll see Gausman try to keep the ball low in the zone. The 1-1. Right there, slider down and away. 1-2. 1-2 count. Infield back into the left. Gausman rocking back and forth. You'll see that all night. Here's the pitch. Check swing. He did not go around. That'll even up the count at 2-2. The 2-2. Kicks and fires. Swing, lifts it. High. Into right field. Drifting over, making the catch in right field. Is Barger, and it's F9 in your scorecard. Two down. Freddie Freeman will come to the plate. Righty-lefty, first pitch on the way is down and in. For a ball, it's 1-0. Good to see you, Tree Nug. I think we got Peter earlier. Brandon, I know we did. Is it Ama Leslie? I'm probably going to mess that up. I'll just say it, Leslie. Leslie, good to see you. Is the 1-0. Is down and in. Ball 2-0. Now there he's pinching the zone. So Adrian Johnson's one of my least favorite umpires. He's already called a couple of pitches that he should have called for a strike and should have called for a ball on both sides. And we're just here in the first inning. Is the 2-0. Gausman kicks and fires. Right there, down and away, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Gausman comes set. His 12th pitch of the night. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Dodgers nothing. Blue Jays nothing. Just joining us. The 2-2. Gausman kicks and fires. Foul down the line. Out of play. We'll do it again. The 2-2 from Gausman. Rocking back and forth. And he brings it. Swing. Fouls it down the left field line. Bending, bending, bending. Just out of play. We'll do it one more time. Nothing, nothing your score. 2 up, 2 down. The pitch on the way to Freddie Freeman. Gausman kicks and fires. Swing! Fouls it back. And we'll do it again. Nothing else. He's making them work. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat for Freddie. Gausman comes set. And brings it. Swing. That ball's roped down the right field line. That's going to get tucked into the corner. That gets down where the green grass grows. Up against the wall. Barger gets it off the hop. And Freddie Freeman has a lead off, as a 2-out double. And the Dodgers have the first base runner of the game. And I went back and looked at some of the game last night, and one of the biggest things that I think I kind of forgot as the game went along. Remember as the first pitch on the way to Will Smith is swung on and foul back out of play. It's 0-1. Remember the first couple of innings where Freddie Freeman got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. He was trying to go first and third. And when it's all said and done, it cost him an extra run. And you do wonder if that momentum might have been a little bit of a snake bite there as the 0-1 pitch. Swing. That ball's rifled into center field. That's through for a base hit. And it's going to be an RBI single for Will Smith, and the Fresh Prince drives in Big Red. It's 1-0 Los Angeles. Hit that ball on the screws back up the middle. Back what I was talking about, if you remember, they threw behind Freddie. He took a huge lead off of second base, and they ended up gunning him down, and he got the first out. And they ended up being able to get out of that inning. Hernandez had knocked in the run, but Freddie had come around. It was a base running blunder. But no one really talked about it in the post game. I think it's almost like he's become Teflon because he's done so much in the postseason. But it was definitely a blunder. Teoscar Hernandez, the batter. First pitch is a teardrop just below the knee. Slider, I guess. It says here it hit the zone. It's 1-0. They've already peered in at Adrian Johnson a few times. To my count, he has already missed 5 pitches, and we're in the top of the first. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. I mean, that's just absolutely unacceptable to be this off. But his scorecards relay that. Night in, night out. He's always been one of the worst ones, especially this season. As the 1-1 is chopped foul, it's 1-2. And I hate to break it to y'all, but if we get to a Game 7, Jordan Baker is going to be the home plate umpire. And that is one of the biggest head scratchers of this entire postseason. The 1-2 from Gaussman. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Chase a splitter down and away, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Dodgers put one on the board. It's 1-0. The Blue Jays grab the sticks. See if they can answer.
UPS guy.
Why was he here? I haven't ordered anything in a while.
I know. That's why. He was concerned. Just wanted to make sure we were all right.
Braves Country Radio, everybody was asking for your pick all afternoon long, and you said, I have to go on Braves Country Radio first to give my pick, and then I will tweet it out. Okay, so what is
this Braves Radio? I mean,
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Your life is so dumb.
Bad food and overpriced drink had been sold at ballparks since the 1850s, but it took one very ambitious British-born caterer to turn concessions into an empire. Harry M. Stevens had begun his career hawking scorecards in the 1880s, all the while regaling the crowds with quotes from Byron and Shakespeare. By 1901, he was peddling hard-boiled eggs, ham sandwiches, ice cream and slices of pie in stadiums from New York to Ohio. Then, one cold afternoon, when ice cream sales slowed at the Polo Grounds, he sent out for German sausages, which he put in long buns so fans could hold and eat them. He had made his greatest contribution to the game, introducing hot dogs to the ballpark.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
We're having a little pulled pork around this camp. Wife brought it home from an event she did the other night. What's everybody else grubbing on? George Springer coming to the plate. Righty-righty matchup as Yamamoto toes the rubber. He is a true kitchen sinker. The pitchers I call that are the ones that will throw everything but the kitchen sink at you. He has a 6-pitch blend. More on that in a second as he gets set. And Yamamoto kicks and fires. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, splitter down and in. It's 0-1. Once again, the only player in this lineup that has seen Yamamoto in his career is IKF. He saw him for 2 at-bats, and that was back when he was with New York. The 0-1. Swing and a miss curveball off the edge. It's 0-2. He throws a 4-seam fastball 36% of the time, a splitter 25% of the time, a curve 18%, cutter 11, sinker 7, and then a show-me slider at 3%. The 0-2. Swing, fouls it back. 1-0 your score. Dodgers took the early lead after a 2-out double by Freddie Freeman. He was knocked in by Will Smith. Is the 0-2. Bangs off his hands. Foul. We'll do it again. Left to right across the outfield for the Trolley Dodgers. It's Kike Hernandez, Andy Paez, Teoscar Hernandez. The 0-2 swing. That ball is scorched down the left field line. That ball's going to get down and rattle around like a ping pong ball, and it's going to be a leadoff double for the Blue Jays. Hard hit ball, roped down the line. 1 on, nobody out. Around the horn for the Dodgers, it's more of the same. Muncy at third, Mookie at short, Edman at second, and Freddie at first. Smith is behind the plate, and of course Yamamoto is the first pitch on the way to Luke's is swung on. That ball's going to get dropped into left field, down for a base hit. George Springer had to hold up, so he'll go station to station. They've got runners on the corners and nobody out. And somebody by the name of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is coming to the plate. So quick trouble here for Yamamoto. He's been lights out in this postseason. But obviously a much different offense that he's facing tonight. Guerrero batting .447 with 6 home runs and 12 RBI in the postseason. Unbelievable numbers. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Down and in. Called for a ball. It's 1-0. Kirk is on deck. In the hole is Varsho. They keep the line moving. Clement and then Barger. LA leads at 1-0. The fans are on their feet. Here's the pitch. Down and in. 2-0. So he's gone splitter sinker to start him off, both inside and down. We'll go ahead and pull the screen back in case there's any action on the base paths. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Pulled the string on the splitter. The 2-1 count. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Went with the splitter again. It's 2-2. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. steps out of the box. He's got a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way from Yamamoto. Swung on and chopped down the third base line, but just foul. If it stays fair, you're probably going to get a run and probably an out at first. Would have been close. 2-2 count. Yamamoto brings it. Swing, chops that one foul again. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Yamamoto about to throw his 13th pitch of the inning, still nobody out. Alejandro Kirk stands on deck. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the curveball. Nasty pitch. 1 away. That'll bring Alejandro Kirk to the plate. Of course, he is a slow runner, so they'll be trying to get him to hit the ball on the ground. If you're Kirk, you've got to be looking for the splitter. He's going to be trying to lift those pitches up and get it into the outfield. Batting .271 this postseason. First pitch on the way is a splitter down and in. It's 1-0. 1-0 count. Righty-righty matchup. Dodgers 1, Blue Jays nothing. Bottom of the first, just getting going. 1-0. Curveball. Just outside, ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 count. Yamamoto really looking for that double play as his pitch count starting to creep a little north than where he wants it as the 2-0 pitch is banged foul, 2-1. Yamamoto looking in. Kurt. He'll call time real quick. Step out of the plate. Dodgers 1. Blue Jays nothing. The 2-1 swing. That ball smoked over to first. Line drive out, an Adam ball. Everybody gets back and is safe. But now there's 2 outs, and Yamamoto is 1 out away of working out of this jam. What looked like it could be a disaster, now he's an out away from keeping everybody off the scoreboard. That will bring Dalton Varsho, who blasted that 2-run shot to tie the game up last night. And I'm sure Yamamoto is very aware of that. First pitch on the way. Righty-lefty, infield back and to the right. Here's the pitch. Curveball, drops inside. It's 1-0. Infield back and to the right, and the outfield straight away, pretty deep. So any kind of a broken batter probably gets the run home. 1-0, misses inside, ball 2-2. If he decides to pitch around him, Ernie Clement stands on deck. Now, Clement's batting .435 in the postseason, but you could understand why he'd rather face the right-hander. But you would be putting the go-ahead run in scoring position. The 2-0. Splitter misses. Ball 3-0. So a 3-0 count. Got to figure Varsho's either sitting dead red or he might be spitting on no matter what comes by. Make him throw a strike. The 3-0 count. Yamamoto flips it up there. Low pitch, but he got the strike called. 3-1. Adrian Johnson doing Adrian Johnson things. My word, I cannot wait to see his scorecard tomorrow morning. It's going to be brutal. The 3-1 count. Swings, slaps it back, foul, full count. Now the runner at first will be on the move. Righty-lefty matchup. Varsho digging in. Blue Jay fans on their feet, rooting them along. Here's the windup in the pitch. Caught, looking strike 3. Curveball dropped in on him, and it buckled his knees. We'll be back in a flash. The Dodgers dodge a bullet. Max Muncy, Kike Hernandez, and Tommy Gunn when we return.
DD Mangudu.
Once it's turned on, the sign will spell out Deli Cat Essen.
The Twins are going to win the World Series. The Twins have won it. It's a base hit. It's a 1-0 10-inning victory.
Watching Donnie perform that year, he did something that would cause everybody else to just go, wow, I wish I could do that like once. He does it twice a week.
Here it goes. Long drive and a grand slam upper deck. A new Major League single season record for Mattingly, 6 grand slams.
felt good, but it was just all about trying to win. And, you know, in New York, it's about winning. And that part was getting frustrating.
Are you Don Mattingly? Yes, I am. Come in. Can I get you something? What's your name?
I've never seen the full episode. I've probably only seen the clip maybe once or twice.
Mattingly, get rid of those sideburns. What sideburns? You heard me, hippie.
When I was managing LA, we went to Australia. And I'm not kidding you, that was like more people knew that episode than knew anything about anything I'd ever did in baseball. Hearing that accent telling me to shave those sideburns.
Mattingly, I thought I told you to trim those sideburns. Go home. You're off the team for good. Fine. Still like him better than Steinbrenner.
I'm still getting checks for like now and then. What are they, like 87 cents or something now?
Did you grab anything when you walked out the door?
I have nothing but 2 Tortino's pizza out of the refrigerator and my doggy, and we left.
Welcome back, y'all. Max Muncy will be leading us off. A couple other news and notes to hit you with as we get this game rolling. If y'all remember as Gaussman goes back to work, 4-seam fastball, first pitch on the way is right there for a strike 2. Muncy. 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Swung on. Popped up. High in the sky. Shallow left field. Drifting in. Making the catch. Out there is Nathan Lukes. F7 in your scorecard. 1 away. You remember the University of Tennessee lost their baseball coach to the San Francisco Giants. First time, it was kind of groundbreaking. You don't typically see that. You've never really seen it to that magnitude. But Tennessee did name a new, they call them head coaches in college, but a new manager today. As the first pitch on the way to Kike Hernandez is a 4-seam fastball. Up top for a strike, it's 0-1. It's going to be Josh Elander. He was the recruiting coordinator, the guy that basically brought all the talent in for that Tennessee national title team just a couple of seasons ago. The 0-1, down and away, 1 out. Didn't know this was going on last night, but I guess when the Blue Jays got the big lead and Shohei Ohtani came to the plate right before he hit the home run is the 1-1. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. Well, 2-1. Guess they were chanting, "We don't need you." They said that Shohei Ohtani didn't understand what that meant. But if you remember when Ohtani, right before he signed the deal with the Dodgers, there was a huge story that broke that, and it was a false story, but nonetheless it gathered a lot of steam as the 2-1 swing and a miss, 2-2. Because a couple of the major baseball writers in America ran with it, thought it was real, but there was a report that Ohtani's jet was heading towards Toronto. And then he ends up signing with the Dodgers, so that's what the reference was, is they had the lead in game 1, and I guess they were chanting, "We don't need you." I couldn't find a clean clip of it. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow with the off day. If I can find it, I'll play it for you. The 2-2 count. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn over there by second base. F4 in your scorecard. IKF delivers the out, 2 down. Told you who the starters are going to be for game 1 or game 3 and 4. Games 1 and 2 back to Los Angeles. Game 3, it's going to be Max Scherzer versus Glasnow. In Game 4, it'll be Shohei Ohtani versus Shane Bieber. Barger last night, his grand slam, it was the first ever pinch hit grand slam in World Series history. That one floored me because I would have thought all the years that we've been playing the World Series, somebody would have done that. Tommy Edman takes the first pitch upstairs, four-seam fastball. 93 miles an hour, it's 1-0. We'll try to get a little closer to the action here. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Outside wide 2-0. When Gausman was with the Atlanta Braves, I was not doing the play-by-play for Braves Country Radio. We had not started that yet. I'm glad I was not, because his rocking back and forth annoys the hell out of me. The 2-0 down and away. Ball 3-3 and I don't even know why it does, but you're sitting there waiting for him to throw. I still can't believe that that's not a balk. I mean, by the letter of the law it is, but they just let it go. 3-0 to Gausman. Right there at the knees, 3-1. Tommy Edman digging in on a 3-1 pitch. The other crazy thing about that was just the fourth grand slam pinch hit in Major League Baseball postseason history. Is the 3-1 fouled back, full count. It happened in 1995 in the National League Division Series. Mark Lewis, Ricky Leday in 1999 ALCS, and Miguel Montero in 2016 ALDS. The 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Pumped it right by him, and that'll end the inning. So Gausman settles down, 1-2-3. We'll be back in a flash. Yamamoto goes back to work, and the Blue Jays will be looking to get on the board. 1-0 your score.
Do you think parenting is harder than it used to be?
Nice try. Next question.
I can't change the fact that my dad walked to school in the snow uphill both ways growing up in Phoenix. And some days as a dad, things feel not great.
The chance of a lifetime for Luis Gonzalez. 2-2, bottom of the ninth. Game 7 of the World Series. Bases loaded. Floater, center field. The Diamondbacks are world champions.
Don Mattingly's individual accomplishments over his first 4 seasons took the baseball world by storm, but the Yankees failed to make the playoffs in each of those years. Frustration around the team was beginning to grow, with no one angrier than the team's notoriously impatient owner, George Steinbrenner. And salary negotiations didn't help his relationship with his biggest star.
Arbitration are always kind of, who knows what's going to happen, right? He calls and it's like, hey, don't take it personal. It's just business. Whatever's said in there. He goes, it's just business. Well, I win, right? And then he comes out and says the farmers in Indiana and the taxi cab drivers aren't gonna. Not the All-American boy anymore. All I care about is money. And I was like, And I think what took it over the edge for me was the home run streak. He comes out and says something about all he cares about is records. And that kind of bothered me. And I just blew up one day in the papers about respect. You got to respect me as a man.
The back and forth subsided in '87, but erupted again in 1988, which led to swirling trade rumors.
What we need to do now is get focused and stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. You're a real problem.
One to nothing your score. Toronto Blue Jays trailing as coming to the plate will be Ernie Clement. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, pops it up. High in the sky. Can of corn. Oh, Freddie Freeman overplays it. It's going to drop for a base hit. I don't think they'll give him an error because he overran it. He never touched it. But Freddie Freeman, that is definitely a mental error. And the Toronto Blue Jays have one on and nobody out. Second mental gaffe by Freddie Freeman in this World Series. The base running blunder last night. Actually, that ball did hit his glove. The very tip, he overran it. So that should be corrected to being an error. We'll see if they change that. Might get some hometown cooking here. So one on, nobody out. Addison Barger takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0, kicks and fires. Smacks the outer edge. Splitter for a strike. 1-1. 1-1 count. Curveball. Misses. 2-1. Dodgers 1. Blue Jays nothing. Runner at first. The 2-1 pitch. Drops a splitter at the top of the zone, top shelf. 2-2. Infield back into the right, double play depth. Barger digging in. The 2-2. Just misses, I guess. 3-2. His strike zone is just really not making any sense. That pitch was much more in the zone than the second ball of this at bat. The payoff pitch. Bang, right there, strike 3. That one was a strike, 97 mile an hour sinker. One away. 1 up, 1 down. Clement at first. Or 1 up, 2 up, 1 down. Clement at first, and that'll bring Jimenez to the on-deck circle. IKF coming to the plate. First pitch swinging by IKF is hit high into center field. Lazy fly ball, F8 in your scorecard. 2 away. Andres Jimenez, the batter, number 9 hitter. Standing on deck, the top of the order, George Springer. Yamamoto flips one up there. Top shelf for a strike. Looked like the curve. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing. Slaps it deep towards the hole. It's short. Mookie Betts backhands it, comes to his feet and fires an absolute seed to first. That'll end the inning. 6-3 on the putout, so the Dodgers avoid disaster after the Freddie Freeman error. We'll be back in a flash. It's 1-0 Los Angeles.
Dude, when we go in here, can you please just be normal? I am normal, dude. I'm normal. My actions are normal. Dude, I'm normal, man. Hold up, dude. Seriously, I gotta grab some t-shirts out of my car. They were on sale at Walmart for $1. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to sell them to some folks. No, you're not gonna sell t-shirts. T-shirts like the most normal shirt that there is that doesn't make any sense. And I got them for $1, dude. I'm about to flip a hustle, dude. That's hustling ain't normal no more. Hustling is not normal at Nana's funeral. Nana would never say that.
If only the world was less like this.
I could use a smoke.
Hey, put that out!
And more like this.
I could use a smoke.
You murderer! I might have children one day!
If you're around a smoker, smokers may look relaxed and like they're having fun. Don't believe it. Vote yes on Proposition 421. Let's outlaw smoking everywhere, even in people's homes. Let's live in a world without smokers. Prohibition works. Let's prove it.
Armchair.
Why is everybody mad when I ask their zodiac sign on the first date? They are like, oh, you're one of those? One of what? I simply asked your zodiac sign. Why is it such a big deal to tell me what it is? They act like I came from a psychic ward or something. It's giving Scorpio anyways.
Despite the ban, the Pythians became the first recorded all-black team to play a white team, the Philadelphia City Items, a group of newspapermen. The Pythians won 27-17. Their captain, Octavius Cato, was later killed in a Philadelphia race riot.
Andy Pius will lead us off. As we head to the top of the third, Shohei Ohtani stands on deck. Righty-righty matchup. Gausman, first pitch on the way, upstairs, misses high, it's 1-0. Gausman at 36 pitches. He's pretty good at that point. It's about where he wants to be. Maybe a tad north. 1-0. P at the knees. Four-seam fastball. 1-1 count. Swing. Slaps it over towards second. That's going to be an easy 4-3 put out. IKF to Vladdy. One away. Remember, tomorrow's an off day. Then we're back at it on Monday. Games 3, 4, and 5. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll come on the air about 7:30, get you ready. Shohei Ohtani, the batter, first pitch is a four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Splitter below the knees. 1-0. One count. Gausman brings it. Swing, pops it up. Over by the third base side, foul territory. Ernie Clements underneath it. That's F5 in your scorecard. 2 down. Shohei Ohtani, though, even with those 3 home runs in Game 4 of the NLCS, and of course he had the home run last night, still batting just .213 in the postseason. He had such a bad beginning to it. Mookie Betts, your batter, batting .277. in October. First pitch on the way, chops it over towards short. And that's going to be an easy 6-3 putout. That'll keep Gausman to 41 pitches, and that's just what the doctor ordered for Gausman. A short inning. We'll be back in a flash. Yamamoto will see if he can do the same. Blue Jays grab the bats when we return.
This is the best tip for saving money as an adult. Lay the down and try not to move.
Hey, can somebody explain to me how I can still remember my childhood phone number but can't remember my Gmail password to save my life?
Say the weird thing.
All the vowels in Celine Dion's name are the same vowels you sing in Old MacDonald in the correct order. I know this, and now you know this too.
So parenting is a whole lot like pancakes. For the most part, they're going to turn out fine, but you should probably apologize to the first one.
Hey, y'all kids got it made today. Y'all slides is made out of plastic. Ours is made out of aluminum foil and platinum. Real talk, the younger generation, y'all take a walk in our shoes. Imagine sliding down this slide with shorts on in the middle of the day. Ew, he left his ass up there. You ever got to the bottom of this slide and shock somebody and they cry and go tell the teacher? Now you got to sit down in ISS for no reason. Talk about you go too fast with the wrong kind of clothes. The back of your leg look like baked chicken. That had to been the most dangerous thing on the playground. We used to try to show off in front of the girls and run up this slide. Till one of my classmates tried to run up with some slippery shoes and he left his face on them. This ain't nothing but a big spoon.
Commissioner Ford Frick was alarmed by all the big hitting that year. The Yankees had slugged an all-time record 240 home runs, and now he overreacted. He convinced the club owners to widen the strike zone to ensure that home runs did not come too cheaply. The result would be a golden age for pitchers.
Oh, a genius. Perhaps the only pitcher I have ever seen, and certainly broadcast, where after one batter, I would think he might pitch a no-hitter tonight. The only one. He was the only one who would go out to warm up, and he would get applause similar to a symphony conductor who had just walked on stage. It was such respect as well as admiration. I don't think we'll see his likes for a long time.
His name was Sandy Koufax.
We're heading to the bottom of the third inning, and the Blue Jays trail the Dodgers 1-0. If you're just joining us, the lone run was scored by Freddie Freeman after Will Smith singled him home. Freddie Freeman got on with 2 outs, the double into the corner. And Yamamoto goes back to work. George Springer, who's 1 for 1 on the day with a double. Righty-righty matchup. Yamamoto brings it. High and inside. That got him. That got him on the hand, on the left hand. And the Toronto crowd is not happy. Can't say I blame him. Remember, he hit that double inside on him. Yamamoto trying to send a message, busted him off the plate. Will Smith was definitely set up where he was at. Hit the top of his wrist, ricocheted off. I don't think it hit it dead on, so he might have dodged one there. He'll head to first. Nathan Luke's the number 2 hitter. Can't tell what he's saying, but Springer is definitely chopping out something to Yamamoto from first base. Freddie Freeman's trying to stay Switzerland about it. He's just shaking his head going, well, you know, it happens. First pitch on the way to Nathan Lukes is a splitter at the knees. It's 0-1. George Springer saying, you know what else happens is I kick you in the chest and I charge the mound. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. An 0-2 count. We haven't had a good brouhaha in the World Series in years. First one that comes to mind is that beauty from the Royals. Oh, heck, that wasn't in the World Series. That was That was the ALCS Royals and Yankees years ago. As the 0-1's foul back, it's 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Yamamoto coming set. Luke's digging in. Wind up the pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? They checked down the first base line. He did not. 1-2. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. standing on deck. I don't think that's the guy you want to hit if Yamamoto's thinking about it. The 1-2. Swing. Fouls it away. We'll do it one more time. Righty, lefty. Vladdy on deck, Kirk in the hole. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Yamamoto. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the high heat, chase one out of the zone. 1 away. Might have been a touch outside, but that's a really tough pitch to lay off with 2 strikes. It was right there on the edge. Vladdy stands into the box. Yamamoto delivers the pitch. Right there on the outer edge. Called for a strike. It's 0-1. Started with the cutter away. It's again Yamamoto, a 6-pitch pitcher. The 0-1. Swing! That ball smoked into the right left field corner. It's going to go off the wall and a hard shot. So they'll hold him to a single, but George Springer does get all the way to third base. He was running and gunning, shooting out of the box. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., if he hit that ball any harder, it would have stuck in the wall. Alejandro Kirk comes to the plate. Runners on the corners. 1 out. Kirk, the batter. First pitch on the way to Captain Kirk is a slider off the plate. He did not go around. It's 1-0. 1-0. Batting .265 in this postseason with 4 home runs. Infield back into the left. Outfield deep and straight away. The 1-0. Swing. That ball's lifted high and deep into center field. That should be enough to get George Springer home. It is. He'll come home, and the game is tied in the Blue Jays. With 2 outs and a runner at first have made it 1-1. Alejandro Kirk, Captain Kirk, beams himself up. An RBI, sac fly. And that'll bring Dalton Varsho to the plate. Varsho struck out swinging his first time up. Runner at first. Here's the first pitch. Inside, 96-mile-an-hour four-seamer. It's 1-0. 1-1 your score. The 1-0. Rocks and fires. Swing, chops it over to first. This time Freddie's got it with the steps on the pillow, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Blue Jays put 1 on the board. They tie it up. We'll head to the top of the 4th. 1-1. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Blue Jays. The heart of the order due up for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman leads us off when we return.
Does anybody else get road rage walking behind people? Or is it just me?
This is the career of Dave Winfield. He didn't reach his full height of 6 feet 6 inches until his senior year of high school. Most people know him as an outfielder, but in 1973 he was named All-American and voted MVP of the College World Series as a pitcher. Not only was he drafted 4th overall by the Padres, he was also drafted by the Atlanta Hawks, the Utah Stars, and the Minnesota Vikings. After being drafted, he was immediately placed in the San Diego Padres starting lineup. He never played a game in the minor leagues. In 1977, he appeared in his first All-Star game at Yankee Stadium. From 1982 to 1988, he drove in 744 runs and made the All-Star team every season. After signing with the Blue Jays, he became the 3rd oldest player to hit an extra base hit in the World Series at the age of 41. Next, he spent time with the Minnesota Twins, where he collected his 3,000th hit. He had a cannon for an arm, and no one dared run on him. This is evident by his 7 Gold Glove awards, 2 as a left fielder, and 5 as a right fielder. In 2001, he was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. He holds the distinction of being the first player to go in as a Padre. And don't forget, he wasn't afraid to charge the mound against Nolan Ryan.
I swear, if I could go back in time and tell the woman that stood up for our right to work, I would.
Born and raised in a Jewish neighborhood in Brooklyn, he hadn't planned on being a ball player. In fact, he didn't really like the game that much. He liked basketball instead and wanted to be an architect. But the speed with which he threw a baseball attracted the attention of scouts for the Brooklyn Dodgers. They signed him at the age of 19 and sent him directly to the majors. His career did not get off to a promising start. For 6 frustrating years, he threw the ball with demon speed but little control, losing more games than he won. Then, in 1961, Norm Sherry, a veteran catcher, quietly told him he didn't need to throw so hard to get men out.
Freddie Freeman comes to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way, swung on, lifted high, deep, into center field, going back on the track, just in front of the 400 mark. Making the catch is Varsho for a loud out number 1. F8 in your scorecard, put an exclamation point on that one. That one stayed up there for a while. Second time through the order for Gausman. He's at a pretty low pitch count. It really will come down to, do they want him to see the lineup a third time through? That has not been the MO for the Blue Jays all postseason long. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball. To Will Smith, right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 righty-righty matchup. Pitch number 45. Swing, pops it up. Right field, fairly deep, but not nearly deep enough. Well before the warning track, making the catch is Addison Barger. 2 down. Teoscar Hernandez will now step to the plate. He's batting .244 in the postseason. Remember, he had a huge series against the Reds. He's cooled off since then. Dodgers 1, Toronto 1. The pitch from Gausman, kicks and fires. Right there, P on the inside, it's 0-1. I saw someone ask, I think it was the Atlanta Braves television color commentator on X last few days. I think it was him. He asked whether or not the World Series should go to a best of 9 as the 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. He's an ex-player. What is he talking about? That would never happen. There's no way that the powers that be would allow that. The 0-2 count. These pitching staffs are on fumes as it is. Can you imagine adding a best of 9, the 0-2? Caught looking strike 3 down at the bottom of the corner, and that'll end the inning. Dodgers go down in order. We'll be back in a flash when we return. It'll be Clement, Barger, and IKF due up for the Blue Jays.
When people say they don't like me, I put on glasses to see if I give a and I know.
So Dale Murphy bats. He ripped a double to right center his first time. 2-1 Atlanta in the third inning. Deep right field for Murphy. Strawberry has gone as far as he can go, and it's out of here. Dale Murphy.
Murphy at first. Murphy drives it. Deep left field. You can kiss this one goodbye. How far will it go? Murphy is at 2 today. 11-1 now, and there won't be 37,000 fans here when this inning is over.
Why do you call petrol gas when it is literally a liquid?
So you don't like us calling petrol gas, huh? Remind me again, what do you guys call cigarettes?
Wait, in the Brits' defense, yeah? I've got nothing. In America, you would say, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. If, what we would say in the UK, I'm going to smoke, if you said that in America, woo! Chill out, America.
There were a lot of people in baseball who believed that Sandy Koufax would never be a major league pitcher. He had no control his first few years in the major leagues. He was getting nowhere at all. He was walking more people than he was striking out. And then suddenly, he found it. And when he found it, there was a period that ran from 1961 through 1966 in which he was good as any pitcher in baseball history.
It's an unfair contest after they've been up to bat against him. And I remember more than once a batter being up there and looking at that terrific fastball, which always seemed to come up as it crossed the plate, and then shooting a lookout to say, what was that? It was as if he'd thrown an Easter egg past him or something like that. It was something different. The game had been altered. And then he had that devastating curve. So the combination of those two, the batters felt absolutely helpless. And he was beautiful to watch because he bent his back in a way that other pitchers didn't. They had this enormous long hands and long arms. And there was a bow and arrow feeling about the way that he used his body.
Bottom of the fourth we go, and Ernie Clement comes to the plate. 1 for 1 on the day. Reaching on an infield single to the pitcher, as they're calling it. I still say that's an error because it did touch his glove, and it was a can of corn. Clement comes to the plate. Pitch on the way from Yamamoto to start off the at-bat. He's outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. On deck is Barger, in the hole, IKF. If anybody gets on, Jimenez. 1-0, swung on, chopped over to first. Freddie's got it, relays it to Yamamoto, who steps on the bag. 3-1 in your scorecard. 1 down. Just see Bryce Harper has come out and said that he's not too happy about the comments by the general manager of the Phillies, Dave Dombrowski, where he called him not an elite player. A very good player. What was he hoping to win out of that? To trash his own player? First pitch to Barger, swung on. That ball is cracked high and deep into center field, drifting back just before the warning track, making the catch on a long out number 2. F8 Paez with the catch. I don't understand what he thought he was gaining. Is he just bored and wants to get fired from Philly? I'm just kidding. First pitch is off the plate, four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. So 1-1. My first question, if I was a Philadelphia writer, I would say, well, if he's not elite, why did you give him over $300 million? Is he 0-1? Down and away, 1-1. They're only halfway through that contract. And yes, he was the one. The 1-1 swing, chops it over to short. 6-3 on the putout, and that'll end the inning. So the Dodgers put the Blue Jays down quietly. 1-2-3. We go to the fifth. It's a 1-1. White Knuckler here in game number 2.
So you gonna take 40% of my paycheck in taxes? Most definitely. And then after you tax my check, you gonna tax me on anything I spend with the money left from my check that you already taxed. Oh, you getting it now? You this close. You this close to getting ready to chase the American dream. Do I own anything? No, y'all don't own. It's just a big lending system. We own everything, and we just sell you the illusion that you got something.
White back on blitz is coming, and the ball is loose. And the Giants have it. White was hammered by Bird, and he was the man who made the hit. Bird came up with the ball.
Well, Carl Banks is coming feet right in his face. He hits him square. The ball pops out. Jim Burt jumps on it. I don't know who you blame on that because no one blocked Carl Banks. You have to have the doctor check you after a play like that.
Mattingly today in one of the New York papers was quoted as saying that he didn't know if he was going to be traded or not. He says if he gets traded, so be it. But he also said he's not going to quietly take any slings and barbs from the Yankees owner any longer.
There was some real tension between Mattingly and Steinbrenner. There had been talk of a Will Clark-Don Mattingly trade.
Dallas Green's been named the manager, and Dallas calls me. He says, Donnie, do you want to be here? I said, yeah, I want to be here. But I said, but you got to treat me with respect. He goes, do you mind calling him? I go, okay, no problem. So I call him. And we have the same conversation again about respect. And he's like, well, fires off something is I'll trade you to Cleveland. That was one of the things. I'll send you to Cleveland. I said, you can send me anywhere you want, but you can't take the field from me. You can't change that part. And he said, well, good luck to you. And he hangs up. And I'm like, uh-oh, we're out of here. I think once I stood up for myself and said, hey, I'm not putting up with it. You can do whatever. That's when it was like, okay, we're good. It was over.
We're heading to the top of the fifth inning. Dodgers 1, Blue Jays 1. Coming to the plate for the Dodgers, it'll be Muncy, Kike, and Edman. If anybody gets on, Paez. So 6, 7, 8 do up. Dodgers with 2 base hits, both occurred in the first inning. Muncy steps to the box. Righty-lefty to start us off. Infield back into the right. Gausman flips a splitter down below the knees for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Drops a splitter right there. Good pitch, 114 years ago today, 1911. It's a pretty interesting thing that took place in the World Series between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Athletics. The 1-1, did he go around? He did, 1-2. So 1-2 to Muncy. Looked like he was trying to drop a bunt there, but A little strange considering Muncy's not known for his speed, but I guess he was trying to poke it down the left field line. They are playing him back into the right. The 1-2. Gausman delivers. Down and in. Splitter. 2-2. Of course, you can narrow it down when you're going up against Gausman nowadays. It's the splitter, the four-seamer, and the slider. And the four-seam coming at you fairly straight. The splitter is just going to be a tad slower as the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with that splitter. One away. And then, of course, the slider's going to bend. But 1911, between the Giants and the Athletics, on this date, Larry Doyle scores on a sac fly walk-off. Giants win the game 4-3. And the first pitch to Kike Hernandez is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's all one. After the game, the home plate umpire, Bill Clem, was quoted as saying in the local New York newspaper, 0-1, drops one, four-seam fastball below the zone, called for a low strike, it's 0-2. He was asked about the play after the game, and he said that Doyle never touched home plate. And because they did not appeal it as the 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. He was counted as safe, and the run scores and the game ends. Athletics did not realize that he had not touched home plate. With all the frenzy of people running onto the field, they just packed up and went home. One-two count. Swing and a miss, splitter. Strike three. Now the A's ended up winning that series, so it's not one of those footnotes in history that you'll. But it is interesting because there were some controversial plays that happened in the postseason and leading into the postseason in that first decade plus of the 20th century. First pitch to Tommy Edman is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Two down. Dodgers have not had a base hit since the first inning, where they took the 1-0 lead. The 0-1. Swing lifted high and deep. Going back on the track. Catching it just before the wall is Addison Barger, and that'll end the inning. Dodgers go down 1-2-3. We'll be back in a flash. Jimenez, Springer, and Lukes. 1-2 coming to the plate when we return.
On June 30th, 1996, the Los Angeles Dodgers are playing the Colorado Rockies Coors Field. The game included 7 lead changes, 38 hits, and 10 home runs. 11 pitchers made their way into the game, and all 11 of them gave up at least 1 run, and 5 of them suffered a blown save, a major league record. 14 of the 18 half innings saw a run cross the plate. The Dodgers hit 6 home runs, including 3 on back-to-back-to-back pitches in the second inning. Colorado Rockies second baseman Eric Young stole 6 bases. 3 of them came in the third inning when he stole second, third, and home. Speaking of stolen bases, there were 10 in the game. In the 7th, Steve Reed throws the last scoreless half inning on 7 pitches. With 2 outs and a runner on first in the 9th, the losing pitcher, Todd Worrell, had pitched twice in the series already and had not allowed a run in the series until that day. The winning pitcher, Bruce Ruffin, turned a 2-run lead into a 1-run deficit in his lone inning. The game took 4 hours and 20 minutes to complete. It was, at the time, the longest 9-inning game in National League history. 2.5 months later, Hideo Nomo would return to Coors Field, and he threw a no-hitter, the only one in Coors Field history.
On October 14th, 1992, the Pittsburgh Pirates were in Atlanta, facing the Braves in the 7th and deciding game of the National League Championship Series. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, Pittsburgh led 2-1, but Atlanta had the bases loaded. A pinch hitter, Francisco Cabrera, who had had only 10 at-bats all season, was at the plate.
And now the Braves season hangs in the balance. He hacked at the 2-0, now the 2-1. Line drive and a base hit! Just as the score...
With the tying run in, most assumed that the runner on second, Sid Bream, hobbled by 5 knee operations, would be held at third. But the third base coach sent Bream anyway.
Bream to the plate! And he is safe! Safe at the plate! The Braves go to the World Series!
For about 70 cents, you can buy a can of soda, regular or diet. For about 70 cents, you can also buy a cup of coffee. For about 70 cents, you can buy a pack of gum, plain or sugarless. For
10 cents a day.
You can buy a...
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio. One to one your score. All locked up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Yamamoto will go back to work. First pitch on the way to Jimenez is sawed-off foul, four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Splitter outside wide, 1-1. Yamamoto at 54 pitches. He's had some pretty quick innings here recently, has gotten his pitch count down. The 1-1 swing. That ball's lifted towards left field. Drifting over, making the easy catch is Kike Hernandez, one away. We've had a total of that's not right. What is it? He just put up there that Yamamoto's had 1, 2, 3 innings 1 through 4. That's not right. They had runners on the corners in the first inning. George Springer, the batter, takes the first pitch out and away for a ball. It's 1-0. He might have meant to put up 2 through 4. The 1-0 swung on, chopped over to third. This will be an easy 5-3, 2 outs. So they're really playing into the hands of the Dodgers, Toronto's batters tonight, because you got Yamamoto sitting at 57 pitches in the 5th inning with 2 outs. If he gets out of this fairly quickly, he's well below what the average would be. Typically, you're trying to stay under 75. 1-0 count. Infield back into the right. Luke's digging in. Singled in the first. Is the 1-0 swing and a miss 1-1. Struck out his last time up. He's 1 for 2. The 1-1. Swing, chopper. Back to the mound. Easy play. 1-3. That'll end the inning. So Yamamoto is sitting at 60 pitches? 60 pitches. And we're going to the top of the 6th. He is cruising. 1-1 your score. Gausman is right there with him.
If we are ever in a don't laugh situation, don't even glance at me.
Okay, so you guys keep asking me, what was it about my wife that attracted me the most? I'll tell you, I fell in love the moment she told me that she was bi.
Bi? You wrong. I never said that to you.
Of course, I found out later she meant polar, but that's... Oh, it's a condition! It's a condition!
I don't need to be a scientist. I could just look like one. So I bought these.
Glasses? I really don't think that's going to change. Oh, my God.
I know, right?
Believe it or not, American mathematical scientist George Dantzig was once late to class when in college and solved 2 famously unsolved statistics problems because he thought they were homework.
Bro, if you pour ice water on a hot dog, does it become a chili dog?
No, don't tell me he's at it again.
Dude, you technically have 2 minutes to live, but every time you breathe, it restarts the timer.
Sorry. Taxes are just a yearly subscription to the country that you live in. Childhood is the free trial. Sorry. Bro, your eraser slowly dies because of your mistakes. Sorry. Bro, the number of people older than you will never increase.
I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
That's all you had to do was play Game 7.
And the pitch is again drilled to left field, hooking down the line, and gone. A 2-0 lead. 3-0 Royals. 6-8 to nothing. They're in double figures, and it's 11-0 as this massacre goes on.
You didn't show up for Game 7, you lost 11-0. Suck on it.
It's over right away, so they knew they were going to win.
This Kansas City team and their fans are ready to start celebrating.
On this date, 1919, with a blast that clears the Polo Grounds roof, Boston Red Sox outfielder Babe Ruth ties the game in the top of the ninth in an eventual 2-1 loss to the New York Yankees that takes 13 innings to complete. The Bambino's round tripper, his 28th of the season, breaks the 19th century home run record established in 1894 by Ned Williamson of the National League's Chicago White Stockings, later known as the Cubs. On this date, 1922, St. Louis Cardinals outfielder Rogers Hornsby hits home runs off of Giants hurlers Jesse and Virgil Barnes. The brothers enabled the Rajah to set the NL record for dingers in a season with 42. And on this date in 1992, Dave Winfield at age 40 drives in 4 runs with a homer and a 2-run double, becoming the oldest player to drive in 100 runs. The future Hall of Famer's offensive outburst helps the Blue Jays beat the Orioles 8-2. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back. Little extended timeout as they are doing the Stand Up for Cancer. And while they're doing that, this is something they knew they've added. They've got the Jonas Brothers singing an entire song. So, I would have thought that it was just going to be a clip, but they have been singing for a hot minute. So next time the national pundits try to tell you these games take too long, refer them to singing an entire song. It's not even in the 7th inning. They could have just done that in the 7th inning, right? 1-1 your score. We'll see if this gives any kind of... I don't believe it would give you an advantage to anything, but all the players were standing out of the dugout and putting, if you've ever seen the demonstration before, they do the Stand Up to Cancer where they write the names. If we had the ability to do that and show that for you, I would, but there's nothing I could. I think we've all been touched by, unfortunately, we've all been touched by that in our lives. Some of us more than we'd like to recall. And 1-1 your score, top of the 6th we go. But my wife lost your father this year to cancer. But we're in Game 2 of the World Series. As I remember when the game in 1989, I don't know what you're talking about, 1969. I think you're talking about 89. You might have just fat-fingered that. 1969, San Francisco, it was a Bay Area, San Francisco versus Oakland. There was an earthquake and the power went out and they had to stop the series for several days. I know it was 89 because I was alive to see it. I wouldn't have been alive to see it in 69. Gausman's going to go back to work. They're going to have to give him a chance to warm up here as he is. Looks like he's just about set. Andy Paez, the number 9 hitter, is coming to the plate. It'll be Paez, Ohtani, and Betts, just like it was before last time around. Gausman stares in at Paez. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that ball is lifted into right field. Line drive out. Call it F9 your scorecard, but you wouldn't be wrong if you put an L9. One away. That'll bring Shohei Ohtani to the plate. As the lineup flips over, he's 0 for 2 with the fly out, a foul out. Ohtani digging in. First pitch is outside wide splitter. Did he go around? He did not, says third base umpire Adam Humari. It's 1-0. Gausman, looks like they're going to let him roll through the lineup that third time. He's at a low pitch count as well. You just never know with only 3 pitches if they were going to allow him to do it. Four-seam fastball, P at the knees. It's 1-1. He's pitching pretty well. I'll tell you what, not only has that splitter looked good, but he's got that four-seam fastball where it's had a drop to it. As the 1-1 pops it up high over towards the third base territory, foul territory. Ernie Clement, Sesame Street, makes the catch. 2 down. Unless we have a Game 7, this is the final Saturday night telecast for 2025. Broadcast. Videocast. Whatever the hell this is. Gausman goes back to work. First pitch, four-seam fastball taken all the way as Mookie Betts. It's 0-1. That's just a professional hitter there realizing the situation, knowing Gausman's had a pretty quick couple of innings. He's just trying to take a pitch to give everybody a chance to catch their breath. The 0-1. Swing, pops that up. Never mind. It's going to get over into foul territory, giving a chase. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. makes the catch. Falls on his fanny right next to the first base dugout. He's okay. Hope y'all are okay. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-1, son, here in Toronto.
Looks like you got some stuff going on. Want to tell me what you did? Want to tell me who you did? Was it a boy?
Sometimes you need to take the opportunity just to come out and see a full moon is that complete rounded circle, which is made up mostly of gases. The question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that? The sun is a mighty powerful heat that is almost impossible to go near the sun. The moon is more manageable.
We'd like to know from you how you think it's going so far.
I mean, I think it's off to a great start. I feel like I'm overqualified for this position, if I'm being honest. And I like the team, but I think I have trouble with Amanda. I feel like sometimes she can just be such a I don't think
okay, so Amanda's sitting in on this. She's
right here, Brian.
Oh, hey, you. I was just talking about our client, Amanda.
I don't think you have any clients named Amanda.
I don't think you have any clients at all.
He had a way of tipping off his pitches. If he was pitching a fastball from the windup, he'd have his elbows out like this before the pitch. And if he was going to pitch a curveball, his elbows would be tucked in against him. So every batter knew exactly what he's going to be doing. Of course, the pitches were so good it didn't make any difference. They couldn't hit either one of them.
Lead him 4-0. Here's Mickey Mantle. Now the windup by Sandy. He delivers. It's a strike call. The fourth straight strikeout for Sandy Koufax.
Casey Stengel believed him the best pitcher in baseball history. Forget the other fellow, he said, meaning Walter Johnson. You can forget Waddell. The Jewish kid is probably the best of them.
No hits, no errors, and nobody left.
1-1 your score. We're heading to the bottom of the sixth. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is going to lead us off. He is 1 for 2, the single in the third, batting .449 for the postseason. That is just incredible. I know it's just one turnaround, but he's starting to make an argument for Mr. October. First pitch on the way to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. from Yamamoto. Kicks and fires. Four-seam fastball. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Yamamoto at 61 pitches as we begin the sixth inning. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. And he has shown that he can go through the up-down, so they're going to have to get the pitch count up and start getting to him to get him out of the game. The 1-1 misses off the plate, ball 2-1. Two-one count, righty. Infield back into the left. Pitch on the way, swing. That ball's roasted up the middle, but it's going to be a good, solid play there by Tommy Edman. He'll scoop it, flip it, 4-3, 1 away. A worm burner, but right into the heart of the defense as they were playing him to pull. Alejandro Kirk, your batter. He'll take the first pitch. It's a curveball off the plate. 1-0. Right there for a strike, 1-1. One count. Yamamoto brings it. Right there, takes another one. Slider at the knees, 1-2. Dodgers 1, Blue Jays 1. Bottom of the sixth. Yamamoto, the 1-2 swing and a miss. Chase one well off the plate. Strike 3. His fifth strikeout of the night. 2 down. When you allow him to get this deep into the game with such few pitches, Now, if he wants to, he can pitch around a guy. He's got pitches to play with. You really put yourself behind the 8 ball when you do that with a pitcher like Yamamoto. First pitch to Varsho, check swing. Did he go around? Looked like he did. He did. It's 0-1. Curveball, 1-1. You just know as a play-by-play guy there hasn't been a hit in a while because I'm seeing all the same names coming up in order that we came up in order the last time around. This is the second time through for the Blue Jays, the 1-1. Pops it up, high into center field, very shallow, making the catch is Mookie Betts, and that'll end the inning. So it was the Blue Jays' turn to go down 1-2-3. We'll be back in a flash. Stop me if you've heard this before. Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, and Teoscar Hernandez, 3, 4, 5, due up when we return.
My favorite source of unnecessary stress is wanting to clean out my closet, but also knowing that 3 years from now, I may want to wear that shirt that has never actually fit.
Relax. Kids swallow quarters all the time.
Really?
Sure. If she craps out 2 dimes and a nickel, then you can start worrying, huh?
This is my most frustrating time of year as a professor at a gigantic state university. I have kids come to my Zoom office hours and they're wondering why they're failing. You're failing because you never came to class. That's all I talked about for the first couple of weeks. What the are you doing not coming to class and somehow you think you're going to pass? And you want a break and extra credit? No. No, the main thing about college is going to class. So if you failed, you can recover. You can, I promise. Next semester. But get your head out of your ass. Go to class. Sit up front. Or admit maybe college isn't for you. And I'm not saying academically. I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm just saying, hey, if there's something else you want to be doing, go do it.
So, okay, so hold on a second. You're telling me that if Mike Schmidt were to walk in here right now, you'd say, I'm sorry, we're all out. We're sold out, Mike?
Who is Mike Schmidt?
Who's Mike Schmidt?
Bro, have some respect here, man. What are you talking about? I don't know who Mike Schmidt is.
Come on, you don't know who Mike Schmidt is? He's only maybe the greatest third baseman in history and a legend in Philadelphia for all time.
When you're the greatest player that's ever played in an organization, name some of them. Ted Williams, Babe Ruth, jeez, Mike Schmidt, come on.
There's nothing Mike couldn't do on a baseball field. If you needed a homer, he got it. If you needed a hit, he got it. If you needed a play, he got it.
548 home runs and almost 1,600 RBIs. And the defense, we'd see plays that he made at third base. It was magical.
One to one your score. We're heading to the top of the 7th. I could rinse and repeat this because we haven't had a hit in quite some time. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Los Angeles. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Toronto. If anybody out there in Radio Land wants to record that and send it to me, I can just play that at the beginning of every inning. Freddie Freeman will lead us off. First pitch on the way, swung on, pops it up high into center field. It's going to be a fly ball out to start the inning. 1 down. Yamamoto has retired 11 batters in a row. Gausman, 17 batters in a row. The only way this could be more phenomenal is if we never got the scoring started. We had a couple of no-hitters rocking in the 7th inning of the World Series. Will Smith, righty. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He got the last single of the game for the Dodgers back in the 1st inning. First pitch is down and in. Four-seam fastball, good take. It's 1-0. Teoscar Hernandez sits on deck. Thank you, Miss Peta. Right there at the knees. It's 1-1. Appreciate you supporting the channel. 1-1 count. Down below the knees, ball 2-2 now. Dodgers 1, Blue Jays 1. Game 3 is Monday with an off day, travel day for tomorrow as we head out to Los Angeles for 3. The 2-1. Outside wide. Ball 3-1. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night are games 2, 3, 4, and 5 if necessary. The 3-1. Swing, saws it off foul, full count. So a 3-2 pitch. Will Smith digging in. Gausman comes set and brings it. Swing! That ball is belted high and deep. Going back on the track. If it's fair, it is gone, baby girls and boys. A 404-foot shot, and the LA Dodgers have taken a 1-run lead. Yes, sir! He turned and burned that one. And the Dodgers have grabbed the lead. Ding dong, that pitch is dead. Teoscar Hernandez comes to the plate. Righty. First pitch, bang right there. Four-seam fastball. Outer edge at the knees. It's 0-1. Hernandez 0 for 2 on the night with 2 strikeouts. Batting .239 in the postseason. Is the 0-1 down and away, splitter misses, 1-1. That home run just tucked inside. They don't really have a foul pole. They have a foul netting down there so that fans can see behind it. They're sitting behind the pole, where the pole would be. A few places do that. The 1-1, check swing, 1-2. I like the idea of it because if you're a fan, that sucks hitting behind a pole. But most of your newer stadiums have just learned not to build seats directly behind the pole. They work it into the construction of the actual stadium. But that was a double-decker shot. 1-2 count. Teoscar digs in. Here's the pitch. He does not go around 2-2. The 2-2. Thank you, BA. Appreciate the channel support. Is the 2-2 in the dirt? He went around strike 3. Thought he was holding up. There's a check swing. Looked like he just went around. Pitch was well down and away. He couldn't lay off. Max Muncy, the batter. Righty-lefty. He's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Gausman rocking back and forth, brings it. Pitch is banged on the ground, but foul towards the first base dugout. Just left to the camera well. It's 0-1. you wonder why they do the days that they do with the World Series, it's to intentionally avoid Sunday going up against the NFL, and it's worked out pretty well for the Major League Baseball. Their numbers the last several years, the 0-1 right there below the knees, 1-1. There's no perfect way to do it in the postseason because you're going to run into games going up against some kind of football since the college and pro play every day. I heard someone say today that starting, I think it was Tuesday, that it began a run. Is the 1-1 swing and a miss, 1-2. It's going to be 42 or 40, maybe it was 41 consecutive days of football on TV, some version of college or the NFL. 1-2 count. Gaussman delivers. Outside wide, 2-2. Gaussman is only at 81 pitches, but this is his 7th inning of work. So you wonder if that had anything to do with that ball getting left inside like that, the 2-2. Swing! That ball is slapped high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! A four-seam fastball shot over the left field fence. His second home run of the postseason, and the Dodgers have just taken a 2-run lead. Wow, Maximus. The Fresh Prince and Maximus have clocked 2 home runs here in the 7th inning. Kike Hernandez is due up. I think that's going to be it. I think, they're going to go ahead and pull Gaussman out. Maybe a pitch or two too late. We'll be back in a flash. 3-1 your score. We're still here in the 7th inning. A lot of baseball left. On this date, 1901, during a fluke snowstorm in Cleveland in late May, Ted Lewis becomes the first Boston American hurler to throw a shutout when he blanks the Blues at League Park 5-0. The 28-year-old right-hander from Wales will become the president of Massachusetts State College and the University of New Hampshire after his baseball career. On this date, 1906, the Boston Americans halt a 20-game losing streak with 19 losses occurring at home when Jesse Tannehill goes the distance, blanking Chicago at the Huntington Avenue grounds 3-0. Boston will finish last place in the American League with a 49-105 record, later to become known as the Boston Red Sox. And on this date in 1951 at Shibe Park, the much-heralded New York Giant rookie, Willie Mays, makes his major league debut against the Phillies. The 20-year-old outfielder, who hit .477 in 35 games with the Minneapolis Millers before being called up, goes hitless in 5 trips to the plate, but makes an outstanding defensive play, contributing to the 8-5 victory. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Looks like we got a 63% to 37% Blue Jay fans over Dodger fans. That has not affected the score, LA fans. It's 3-1 Los Angeles. I just noticed Max Muncy went by the Blue Jays dugout and he did the Vladimir Guerrero thing where he puts his finger to his lips telling them to be quiet. First pitch on the way to Kike Hernandez is swung on, popped up, high in the sky, F9 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Dodgers put 2 on the board. It's 3-1. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch, VCR. You guys got us a good one here. Game number 2 of the World Series.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the night. Find me some peanuts, Cracker Jack.
Welcome back, y'all. Appreciate everybody contributing to the Cheese Fund. Ernie Clement is going to lead us off here. Three to 1 your score if you're just joining us. The Dodgers hit back-to-back solo jacks, or not back-to-back, excuse me. A home run, an out, and then a home run, both solo jacks, and they've taken a 2-run lead. First pitch to Yamamoto, from Yamamoto to Clement. Is bang foul, it's 0-1. It'll be Clement, Barger, and IKF due up, the 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. Be interesting to see if this is where they may put Bichette into a pinch hitting role, or will they wait till the next time around? 1-1. Chops it foul. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. 3 runs, 4 hits. No errors for the Dodgers. 1 run, 4 hits. No errors for the Blue Jays. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. Barger on deck. Today is also the anniversary of the 2-2 swing. Roasted over to third. Hard hit ball, but right at Muncy. He's got it, 5-3. 2 down. Or 1 down, excuse me. 1 up, 1 down. Addison Barger coming to the plate. On this date in 1987, the Minnesota Twins win Game 7 of the World Series for their first world title. As the first pitch on the way to Barger, and that was quick. It's going to be a 3-1 put out, 2 down. Yamamoto's only at 77 pitches, and honestly, it's the Blue Jays' approach that has caused this. He hasn't been he hasn't been like spectacular around the plate. They've been swinging early and often. And this game plan that they've come up with has backfired. The idea of playing the Dodgers in 2025 is to get into that bullpen. That was the first of 2 world titles by the Twins in a 4-year span. Once against the Cardinals in '87 and then in '91 against the Braves. Both of those World Series went 7 games. Both of those World Series, the home team won every one of them. And of course, that was back before you went by the overall record. So it was the American League's turn, and they were fortunate enough to make it those 2 years. Bo Bichette will come to the plate. I kind of suspected he'll be hitting for IKF. Righty-righty matchup. They were going to leave IKF in as long as the game was tied, I would think, because the first pitch to Bichette is a cutter outside wide. It's 1-0. Because he's the better defender at second base, mainly because Bichette hasn't played much second base. He hadn't played second base on the major league level until last night, since 2019, the 1-0. Swung on, banged on the ground over to short. Mookie's got it. Kind of a high throw, but Freddie grabs it, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. It's 3-1. Dodgers head to the plate when we return.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour. When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is not...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Pregame, salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, we gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Also on this date, 1939, Joe DiMaggio won his first of 3 Major League Baseball MVPs. First pitch swinging by Tommy Edman coming out of the break is going to be a Lazy fly ball into left field. F7 in your scorecard. 1 pitch, 1 out. Louis Varlin, the pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays. He came in on that quick at bat in the 7th. Andy Pius, the batter, first pitch, knuckle curve up top. It's 1-0. Of course, Joe DiMaggio and a lot of guys came across this. They had the peak of their career robbed from them because of World War II, but he still ended up winning 3 MVPs in that span. Swung on. That ball is roasted up the middle. It's going to be a worm burner into center field, and it's a 1-out single for the Dodgers. Think about the fact he won the MVP in 39-41, then ran into World War II and was back at it in 47. Of course, 1941 has always been contested because they really gave it to DiMaggio because his team ended up winning the pennant, but that was the last year that a 400 hitter existed. Ted Williams hit 406 that year and definitely had the better offensive year. But it was also the same season as the 56-game hit streak. Ohtani, first pitch, fouls the ball. Close to his instep, it's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Swing. Roasts it through the hole. That's going to get through, and it is going to... Pius is going to slam on the brakes and turns around, and they may have Freddie Freeman'd him again. Here we go. It looks like that Jimenez wants him to take a look at it. He believes that Barger threw and hit him in the glove, and at the same time trying to get a different view from this, and it is so close. Jimenez wants to know, did he touch his leg before he touched the base? Oh, I think he just got in. Man, it's close though. Tell you what, that is some heads up fielding from Barger 2 nights in a row. There must be something in the scouting report that's showing that the Dodgers take long turns at second, because most teams don't think to throw it to second base. It looks like they're going to challenge it. It looked like he got his foot in. Now, there may be another angle that I'm not seeing, and they're not showing it now. Like 14 screens that popped up at once from the control center. I don't even know why they showed that. It is really close. They're going to have to slow it down for us to be able to tell. It's a bad job by Fox Sports Production because they're not doing any kind of a slow motion. So you're having to dart your eyes to the base and then upwards to where the glove hit it. It looks like it will not get overturned, so here we go. Mookie Betts standing at the plate. He's 0 for 3. Fly out, ground out, and a foul out. Runners at first and second. He's trying to break this thing wide open. It's 3-1 Dodgers. Pitch on the way is a knuckle curve. Down and away. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Knuckle curve on the outer edge, 1-1. One count. 3-1 your score. Pitch. Another knuckle curve. This one nowhere near the zone to him. Harlan's got that elite heat. He'll bring it in up around triple digits every time. They've gone to the knuckle curve 3 times in a row to start off Mookie. 2-1 count. Swing, fouls it back, four-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour. That'll even it up at 2-2. The 2-2. Just misses outside, ball 3-2. So a 3-2 count. Come set. Here's the pitch. Outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And the bases are loaded. Ducks all over the pond. And Schneider's coming out there to talk to Marlin. Usually this means he's coming out. I believe that's what we're going to get. So we'll hit the bullpen. We'll be back in a flash. Bases loaded, a 2-run game. Freddie Freeman coming to the plate in the World Series. On this date in 1888, Kansas City third baseman Jumbo Davis makes 5 errors in the team's 10-3 loss to St. Louis at Sportsman's Park. The 26-year-old Cowboys infielder will commit 100 errors in 628 chances, finishing the season with an .841 fielding percentage of the American Association Club. On this date in 1903 at Boston's South End grounds, Bean-Eater hurler Wiley Piott loses both ends of a doubleheader to the Cardinals of St. Louis 1-0 and 5-3. The 28-year-old southpaw, known as Iron Man to his teammates, goes the distance in both games. And on this date in 1996, Mark McGwire hits his 300th home run off Tiger hurler Omar Olivares in the A's 10-8 loss to Detroit at Oakland Coliseum. The 32-year-old first baseman will finish his 16-year career with 583 homers, a total tainted by his use of PEDs. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Three to 1 your score. We got the bases juiced. Jeff Hoffman, the Blue Jays closer, is going to come on to face Freddie Freeman. He hasn't pitched in a few days with a day off tomorrow. They probably figure they can use it. Get him some work. You want to feel really old, y'all? 45 years ago, Pedro Guerrero and Steve Yeager hit back-to-back jacks in a Game 5 win to give the Dodgers a 3-2 lead in the 1981 series. First pitch on the way from Hoffman. That ball gets away, bounces away, and that's going to be a run. Andy Paez easily scoots home, and it's 4-1 Dodgers. So first pitch out of the pen, throws a bender in the dirt, a slider. So how many times do we talk about this? And man, I'll tell you what. That hit Freddie's foot. They're calling it a wild pitch, but it hit his toe. The 1-0 outside wide 2-0. And how many times do we talk about this during the regular season, Braves Country, that these catchers that sit on the one knee to try to get an advantage on framing pitches, they're never ready to block a pitch, and that was another example. He just tried to lean over and backhand a pitch that just 5-10 years ago, catchers are sliding over and blocking with ease. Instead, it's a run. And they're going to go ahead and automatically walk Freddie Freeman, so that'll bring Will Smith to the plate. And the first pitch to Smith is a strike there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. 4-1 your score. Dodgers lead the Blue Jays. This is also the 39th anniversary. The 0-1. Outside wide, slider misses one. This is the 39-year anniversary of Bill Buckner ball going between his legs in the Game 6 World Series against the Mets. Red Sox Mets, the 1-1. Swung on, chopped over towards the left side of the infield. It's going to be a 6-4-3 attempt at a double play, but Smith will beat it out, and it's 5-1 Dodgers. He'll get the RBI. Ohtani comes home to score, and the Dodgers, 2 runs in the 7th and now 2 runs in the 8th, have broken this open a bit, and it's a 4-run game. I don't know what Jimenez was doing there. I think he thought he could turn that double play, but he should have came home with that pitch. First pitch on the way to Hernandez is right there. First strike, it's on. He was going to have plenty of time to come home on that play. And that was just getting a little greedy, thinking he could get the runner, beat him out. But even though he's a catcher, Will Smith runs well for a catcher. The 0-1 right there. It's on 2. But that's got to be something that's talked about heading into that, because in the heat of the moment, your instincts take over. You want to try to turn 2, but I'm sure Schneider would much preferred him coming home on that play. The 0-2 count. Not that you want to face Hernandez with the bases loaded, but you're trying to keep the score as low as possible, because you still have 2 offensive innings left. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, got him out of the jam, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Dodgers put 2 more on the board. It's a 4-run lead. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Blue Jays grab the sticks. Jimenez, and then the top of the order for Toronto.
I got a raise today in medication dosage, but it's still a raise, so.
If I scroll past one more ad, you can be a nurse in so-and-so weeks. I live in Florida. I can be a nurse for free in just a couple days, man.
Hey, did y'all hear about that lady that poked her boyfriend 108 times because she was in a cannabis-induced psychosis? What? Listen, I smoke the best of the best of the best, sir. And never, I have a prescription. Mine's from the government. It's the best of the best, okay? Never have I slipped into a psychosis. She said she took 2 hits from the good old Billabong. Now, I've taken too many hits from the Billabong, and never have I slipped into a psychosis. A coma, maybe, if you take too many. You ain't able to get off the couch. And do you know how much energy it takes to 108 times? What kind of weed were you smoking? PCP?
History began on July 4th, 1776. Everything before that was a mistake.
Hey, has anybody else thought to themselves how the hell we ain't ran out of phone numbers yet? Or was it just me?
On September 6th, 1995, 5 months after the strike had ended, the Orioles faced the California Angels in Baltimore. Tickets for this game had been sold out for months. After 4.5 innings of play, the game was official. Cal Ripken had played in 2,131 consecutive games. It would be 3 more years before he finally took a day off. By then, Cal Ripken had played in 2,632 straight games.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. Jimenez. And then the top of the order due up. So Springer and Nathan Lukes to follow. If anybody gets on, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He represents the tying run right now. First pitch on the way to Jimenez is right there for a strike. Yamamoto still at only 82 pitches. Incredibly low. The 0-1 right there. It's 0-2. Dean has come in to play center field, so Paez switches from center to right. Justin Dean, the ex-Atlanta Brave prospect, really just there for defense, and he is a good base runner, but he's really there for his glove work. The 0-2 foul back will do it again. He's yet to have an actual bat in the postseason. That's by design. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nasty curveball down and in. Got him. One away. His 8th strikeout of the night. Sorry, 6th strikeout of the night. 6th strikeout of the night, once again, just at 86 pitches. If this is like any of the other innings he's been dealing, he could throw another complete game. George Springer, the batter. First pitch. Check swing. Peppered it foul down the first base line behind home plate. It's 0-1. 5 runs, 6 hits for the Dodgers. 1 run, 4 hits for the Blue Jays. No errors recorded, but there should have been one on Freddie Freeman. So you can take one of those base hits off the board. The 0-1. Curveball drops in. It's 0-2. Doubt that it even gets appealed because obviously Clement's going to want the base hit. Freddie doesn't want the error, and it didn't lead to a run. That's usually how it gets appealed, is when it has an actual bearing on the game. The 0-2's inside, dancing out of the way is George Springer, 1-2. One-two count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew a 4-seam fastball right up inside in his kitchen. 2 down. We saw that take place a few times during the season with the Braves, where they had the streak going with Nick Allen at shortstop, and they were giving him the benefit of the doubt, and he was not getting errors recorded on them. They should have gotten recorded on him. A couple of them, but they didn't lead to run, so it never got overturned. First pitch to Nathan Lukes, the left-handed bat, number 2 hitter. Down and away for a strike, it's 0-1. This has been really big for the Dodgers to keep the lineup the way it is, because if he can get through Lukes, the next inning starts off with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and that's the best time to face him, is with nobody on. The 0-2 count. Yamamoto. Pitch number 92, outside wide, 1-2. They may bring Sasaki in to get him some work, but I don't think I would mess with fire if I were Roberts. I'd I'd leave him until he gives a base hit. The 1-2, caught, looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. 8 innings here for Yamamoto. 1 earned run, 4 hits, and he's got a snowman. 8 strikeouts. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 9th we go. The Dodgers looking to tie the series up 1-1.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sick of this. Kind of off and a little offended. Someone had the audacity to tell me that the world doesn't revolve around me. Baby, without me, this world ain't moving.
I just kept hearing it. I'm ducking and everything. Died in the house. I got scared. I dropped my hot pocket.
A slight chance of some it's rain. It's going to bring a possibility of some rain that will be moving into our area.
Over the last 2 years, hundreds have landed in the Summit County Medical Examiner's office.
My brother used to break in our house and steal the TV.
But now he's dead.
Here's some other great town names. Lititz.
Oh, it's Lidditz.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today.
The hard-earned truce ended up leading to talks for a long-term deal for Mattingly in the spring of 1990. When he signed the 5-year contract, he became the highest-paid player in the game and set to remain the face of its most storied franchise, for better and for worse.
Obviously, he's the beloved figure. It's the kind of guy who generally spends his career as a Yankee, and the contract pretty much assured that that would happen. But then right away, like in '89, they were a bad team. They finished like 10 under, but in '90, they hit the pits.
The Yankees' worst start in years and years, worst record in baseball.
Almost like the frame that was surrounding the Mona Lisa was starting to chip. It didn't fit that Don Mattingly would be on a bad team, but it was slowly becoming that.
He kind of bears the brunt because he's the constant as this team goes from being a perennial contender to just going down the tubes.
Your home with a classic called Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. I don't know who asked for it. Is Max Muncy leads us off. First pitch slider up high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. But you ask and you shall receive. If you refresh your feed, whether you're on a phone or whatever you're on, and you're in the Country Club, you will now see the rising sun flag of Japan. Braden Fisher is on. As the 2-0 pitch, drops it up top, misses high, ball 3-0. Braden Fisher, he was in last night when the game was out of hand the other way. I don't really see the idea of saving your arms per se, because you're going to get a day off, and not many guys have pitched as a 3-0 misses high and out of the zone, ball 4. But that's what Schneider's elected to do. I don't think that's a big surprise here, Richard. Kike Hernandez, the batter. He'll shove the first bunt. Attempt foul. Falls to the ground in between home and first. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Runner at first, nobody out. Dodgers lead 5-1. Top of the 9th. Trying to get some insurance here. Swung on, pops it up. High in the sky and over the shoulder, boulder holder. What a catch by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I don't even know if he saw the thing before it fell in his glove, but he caught it. Wow. That was not as easy as it looks, boys and girls. Wow. That's one that would make Matt Olson proud. Oh, did we not change the name? It still says few. All right, well, it is what it is. Tommy Edman takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0, slider up top, 1-1. Runner at first, 1 out. Double play would get Fisher out of the jam. Pitch to Edmonds. Swing, lifts it. High, into right field. Fairly deep. Back to the warning track, making the catch is Barger for out number 2. Off day tomorrow, and then the next 3 nights after that, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. If this score holds, we will have a Game 5. We know at least that. They'll all be in Los Angeles. Blue Jays really wanted to get a 2-0 lead heading to LA, knowing they would guarantee themselves a return trip to Toronto, but now they'll have to do it the hard way and win one in Los Angeles. 4-seam fastball is 97 miles an hour, high and out of the zone spot. It's going to be Glasnow on Monday and Shohei on Tuesday. The 1-0, this is high 2. It'll be the same story as it was last night. You got to get into the Dodger bullpen, and once you do, Katie barred the door, but you got to get there first. And their game plan tonight of swinging early and often obviously did not work. So they'll go back to the drawing board on that. Glasnow wouldn't be expected to pitch quite as deep. He normally is a guy that takes a lot of pitches to get through 6. But Shohei has shown that he can do the job as the 2-0 foul back to 1. What surprises me about that setup, and I wonder if they'll change it now that they know there's going to be a Game 5. Shohei Ohtani, his numbers are horrific the day after a starting pitch performance. From the offensive side is the 2-1 right there. It's 2-2. He's much better after a day off, a day of rest, and that's how they had been setting it up. But now, if he pitches Game 4, there will be a Game 5. I still think he plays, but you can't expect much. The 2-2 swung on, lifted high, deep into center field, drifted back, making the catch. Just before the warning track is Varsho, and that'll end the inning. Well, it's 5-1. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Toronto, see if they can put a scare into Yamamoto. He is dealing just 93 pitches in a 1-run effort.
People often ask, what's the best way to handle a coworker who doesn't know when it's time to stop talking? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time. Now it's time to shut the up, ho!
I don't know what's going on.
I'm waiting for you guys to praise me.
What?
Why? Oh, because I'm doing something anti-racist, and I think I deserve praise for that, do I not?
You don't get praise for telling people you're not racist.
Then why am I doing it?
Hey, baby, I'm back from the store.
Hey, babe, thank you. What is this?
This is what you asked me for.
I asked you for feminine products. Babe.
Yeah, and not only did I get you that, but I saved us money in the process.
Babe, this is cotton rolls and toilet paper.
Yeah, you remember the other day when I asked you for cigarettes and you brought back tobacco and rolling paper?
Yeah, it was cheaper.
Yeah, well, I figured if I gotta roll mine, then you gotta roll yours.
Get out!
Baby, I was saving us money!
As the club hit rock bottom, the back issues that had begun to plague Mattingly a few years earlier resurfaced, then worsened.
Tom Mattingly sitting out his second straight game. Yesterday in early batting practice, he felt a twinge in the back.
I'll never forget this. We're in Cleveland, and he had to leave the team because his back blew out. That was the beginning where it became a habitual thing. And then you could see he wasn't swinging with the same torque. He was kind of swinging with management.
Pretty much only with his hands.
There's no snap in the swing or anything.
That goes to show you his back problems.
Oh, sure. He's just not hitting from that deep crouch like he used to when he was putting up those Lou Gehrig type numbers.
I think the difference was if a ball went up in the air,
There's a high drive deep to right field.
you weren't sure if it was going up.
Back to the wall. He waits, and he's got it.
And it usually did.
What happens to his Hall of Fame credentials, which were so brilliant his first 5 years or so?
His last 6 years, he's averaging only 10 homers a year, and seasons where he had as few as 5 home runs. You know, for a first baseman, that's not really acceptable power output, and when he didn't have that, his value suffered, and the Yankees suffered for it.
Welcome back. It will be Yamamoto going back out there. 93 pitches into the night. As he warms up to face the middle of the order, the heart of the order for the Blue Jays. It'll be Guerrero, Kirk, and Varsho. If anybody were to get on. Ernie Clement, 5-1 your score. So 3 bloops and a blast, and then you're right back in it. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 1 for 3 on today. First pitch on the way is a teardrop curveball at the knees. It's on 1. Might have been a touch below the zone, but getting the call when you're around the zone all night long. The 0-1. Chops it foul down the third baseline. It's 0-2. Same 2 teams back at it Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll come on the air 7:30. Get you ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Glasnow versus Scherzer. That ought to be a fun one. Is the 0-2 swing. And just got a piece of it. Guerrero goes down. Gingerly gets up. I believe it got a piece of him. And he's kind of hopping around, but couldn't tell if that had to do with the ball hitting or it was during his swing. Trainer's going to come out there and talk to him real quick. Schneider following him out as well. I think it would take a lot to get him out of the game. They want to make sure he's not going to do something to make it worse than not be available for game number 3. That'll be a critical game, game 3. Whoever wins that game will be in the driver's seat. And if the Blue Jays win it, then you feel like you're playing with house money the next 2 games in L.A. The Dodgers win it, they start eyeing the prize. The 0-2. Down and in, 1-2. One-two count. 5-1 your score. Infield back and to the left. Here's the pitch. Up top, four-seam fastball. That'll even up the count, 2-2. Yamamoto kind of tilted his head sideways like he couldn't believe that wasn't called a strike. I mean, yeah, man, you don't get every call. The 2-2 swung on, chops it over towards right side of the infield. That's going to be an easy 3-1. As Guerrero is busting it down the line, but he'll be out. Freddie will actually touch the bag before Yamamoto can get there. And they almost collide, but Yamamoto Quick spin move. So write it down, G3 in your scorecard. One away. First pitch to Kirk is right down the pipe for a sinker. His 100th pitch of the day. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Standing on deck, Dalton Varsho. And he is not, I don't believe he's allowed a base hit since the 4th inning. The 0-1 swing, that ball is smoked into center field. Making the sliding catch is Dean. Jimmy Dean, the biscuit, makes the catch. 2 down. Good sliding catch out there. Very smooth play by Dean. First pitch swinging by Varsho. Comes out of his shoes. A swing and a miss. It's 0-1. I mean, Yamamoto has been phenomenal in this postseason. He continues to do it. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. The biggest thing that could come into play here when you have all these pitches coming off the Yamamoto is if the Blue Jays can force the series to go deep and he has to go back to the bump into Game 6, is he still as dominant? The 0-2 count in the dirt, 1-2. Now, he would have a week off, and he's used to that kind of schedule. In Japan, the pitchers over there only pitch once a week. They don't have nearly the games that Major League Baseball does. The 1-2, swing, pops it up, and this should do it. Max Muncy's underneath it, fair catch, and that's it. Dodgers win. Dodgers win. The LA Dodgers win. Yamamoto obviously gets our game ball. 9 innings, 1 run, 8 strikeouts. First Dodgers pitcher to win back-to-back postseason complete games since the great Oral Hershiser in 1988. We know how that finished for the Dodgers. That was their last true World Series win before last year. So we'll head to game number 3 in Los Angeles, the city of angels. For 3, 4, and 5. It's not a 3-game sweep by one of these teams in Los Angeles. We'll have a Game 6 next Friday night as well. Y'all have a great night. Enjoy the day off. I know I'm going to. Dodgers, 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Blue Jays, 1 run, 4 hits. And it all came at the beginning of the game. After the 3rd inning, the Blue Jays bats were silent. We'll see you next time. Have a great one. Please smash that like. Don't forget to hike either later tonight, 30 minutes after the live's end, or tomorrow. Y'all have a great one. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The Mudville 9 that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few to go in deep despair. the rest, clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.